All right, let's get this kicked off. Why not? A monthly Super Blitz arena. 3 hours, 30 minutes. A bit of a late join. What's up, Blunderboy in the chat? Too weak, too slow is the opponent. Alrighty. So one of the most flexible first three moves in the game. Especially when black isn't too quick to place a pawn in the center. Forcing knight c6. And just prepared to give up my bishop if challenged. It's a pretty positional line right here. Okay, usually it's I think h6 and then just get on with captures. Maybe a3. I'm fine with this. This is the better of the two bishops. Recapture, develop. Alright, they're not yet threatening b5. Let's just get on with castles. This rook's unprotected. Even so here. Okay, now it's probably a good time to find a new spot for my queen. Let's go here and observe h7. I imagine the knight will like to move at some point, shooting for c5. Right now this is a threat. They missed it. The knight's pinned. Probably just pull the bishop all the way back. Just so I don't have to do any p-sack. Yeah, let's just go here. I could try to sneak over this kind of stuff. Let's plant a knight in the center first. I'll take with the c-pawn if they capture. Okay. This knight now doesn't even have a square. He can't even spare a square. We're the Seinfeld fans. Let's play f4. It's probably unnecessary, but all right, let's get the bishop on the long diagonal. And now I'm prepared to get on the h file in just two moves. Feels like I should have something pretty good right around this point. They're threatening a fork. Well, let's just go here. I don't want to give up my light square bishop. On this move I have g6. Thank you, Marcos, for the 5 months in a row. Yeah, they just resigned. It's a really strong knight. Up a pawn, and I'm ready to slither on in on the king side with my queen. What's up, Chef Master? Half-baked taco is here, I see. Arcani with the LOL, are you a Seinfeld fan? Robert Walter, 83, 21 months in a row. Let's throw a quick jab. Oh, look at that. That's what happens when you're in pre-move mode. I could use a quick resigner. Catch up. It's almost like I didn't even late join. Got a pretty quick win in there. What's up, Adobe Flash Gambit? Alrighty. Let's go with the Fiend Keto. Slim MG, I think I will be able to manage the whole tournament. 3 hours isn't that much of an issue. Could I try to get in d5, or do I just go about, yeah, let's just establish a small pawn center. I'm not going to give up any fourth rank squares, let's say. Let's throw them in right now. I don't want to see d4. Okay. Well, I have the bishops and a little bit of space, slightly damaged structure, but they just straightened it out. This bishop should really be an animal. I think I want to immediately activate him. Yeah, because I think I could interfere with white's development. So that's why I neglected my development. Also, I'm dropping this pawn, or am I? Yeah, I had queen a5. That wasn't calculated. So now we just rip the pieces open out. We're offering a draw. Is that a misclick? A misclick. Let's take. All right, my knight wants to be here. Let's just stop any h5 stuff. Put the knight on e5, and then that'll be that. He's a monster. Let's take a timeout for this. I'd like to clamp down on this structure. I could get here. My opponent cannot stop me from getting to that post. Yeah, let's get here straight away. Bishop on e6. Yeah, let's just go here. It's hard to even attack the knight. Could always play f6. I'm not castling here. Guppy Breeder. Thank you for the 3 months in a row. And Chernobyl 7 months in a row. Just looking for a break. I think we have one of those draw-happy opponents. Maybe a bit more accurate to go with the other rook. I'll take, because I think it's an inconvenience for the rook to be there. On c5, I'm going to plan b5. Just so the pawns don't get connected. Actually, I have plenty of approaches. I could just attack him straight away. Let's go here. This isn't any issue. Yeah, let's occupy the only open file. And now I could win a pawn. And then I could look to push this guy to victory lane. We both have passed pawns now. So I want to get back over on the C file. And J Brand, thank you for the 5 months in a row. Sneaky. What's that move about? Yannick. Mattman W2 is here as well. Simius. We're going to play this one out to the very end, I'm assuming. Let's pick that pawn up first. I've got a nice wall formed. Here, here, and push through. No stalemates. There we go. Alrighty. There we go, Simius. Yeah. Do you see a little notification on the YouTube videos that I'm streaming? You should. Chef Master, it doesn't matter. Either way. Subscribing or donating. Whatever you would like. Let's see. What do we want to do? Let's go for a fianchetto. First time viewer here, Ms. Moogs? Okay. Let's see. We're gonna keep that pawn around. Actually, let's just go here. I want to maintain this pawn to control the knight. And my knights are in good spot. Okay. You know what I may want to do? Stop this altogether. How do I do that? Um, no. Let's start expanding on the queen side. Okay, so much for that. Let's go here. I want to keep this pawn here. I also want to stop a quick e5, d4. I don't want my opponent to get too much space. And let's play here, stopping this altogether. I would prefer to see this knight move before I commit anything with my d-pawn. Okay, so maybe now I just take and look to play on the d-file. And this is probably a good approach. I'm alright with this. I have enough support. I know I'm working myself into a pin, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. I have some squares to work with. Can always get out with knight takes with check. Should I occupy the d-file first? Let's make sure I get out of this pin. Challenge that bishop. Bishop h6, I'll go here. Where else, right? I guess I could consider bishop g7. If I control the e5 square, I control the bishop pretty much. Knight g4 might be a move. Yeah. I'm going to come all the way back. I think they might be quick to get something on the dark squares. That's a good move. Huh. Well, I don't like my position. Let's go here. I want to trade these minor pieces off. Oof. Okay, I'm definitely worse here. Definitely worse. Am I forcing f4 now? I am hitting this pawn 3 times. c4 I wouldn't mind. Okay. Let's go here. Rook d8, there's bishop here. I'm also opening up knight f5 stuff. Let's chase this knight right now, before they try to exchange dark square bishops and play knight to f6. Gotta take the knight if he jumps in here. Gotta go. Let's go here, rook to d8. Let's actually do this. Not sure how I want to take. Yeah, let's still hold my ground, not change the structure. 23 seconds. Yeah, these back rank mates are going to be tough. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I could really untangle. Can't really defend this pawn. Time. My knight is just a dead piece. I have to try to get rid of the bishop. Knight to e8. Yeah, that's a simple win. And now my knight is dead. I can't make any progress. Okay. I should probably resign. Yeah, they have plenty of time. Maybe too much talking. Wasted too much time with that one. Hello, Freet in the chat. You have two messages that got deleted. What's going on with that? You're not being mischievous, are you? Mischievous? Alright. Play faster. No more losses like that. Yeah, my opponent took advantage. Oh no, they didn't really take advantage of the hole on b5, but maybe I could have done without a5. We had something similar like this not too many games back. Knight a5 into b3. Just covering c3 here. Alright, let's get rid of one of the knights. There we go. Might want to scoop up that c7 pawn. Let's take him. Let's be greedy. Alright. Got a pass pawn. And I'm prepared to just push. He's unprotected. Could strike at the knight on c6. Threatening rook takes bishop. Alright. Let's just duck. Could pry open the queen side some more with a4. Both my bishop and rook are helped if the a pawn is exchanged. Here, I guess, is the idea. I could deal with that. If I go here, he gets chased away from defending d2. Harry Shiva with the Bob Ross emotes. I'm going to change it up a little bit instead of a4 because I don't want the knight to, yeah, I didn't want to deal with this kind of stuff. So, also, wait a second, when that rook played there, I could have just captured the rook. Right? Oh, man. I'm up a rook now. Let's just plant him on a dark square. Alright, let's just get the queen trade in there. Break the pin. Bishop has to move. Yeah, I'll take with the rook, I guess. And then push the pawn to victory lane. Here. Let's just take and put him in a pin. All right, back to tournament. All right, I got 10 points. I'll link the tournament once more if you want to hop in. There are 488 players. Hello, Lindsay Lohan. Energy 73. All right, what do we do? Let's try c5. Okay, well, let's just take right now. d6. Okay. Let's get my bishop on b7. Okay. Bishop on b7. Knight d5. Oh! What was that about? They gave me a piece. They went a little bit too fast. Well, I am up a piece now. They got a minute. And I have a piece. There's nothing exciting. Oh, I was ready to move this pawn. Careful now, careful. All right. I'm okay with giving back some material just to not allow my structure to be damaged or anything. Just giving a little bit back. Okay, I could pick up this pawn. Let's go with the queen. And do I get the B pawn? No, I really shouldn't have run it like this. I was ready to drop my queen. Very poor technique from being up a full piece. Let's see, let's see, let's see. I have a plan. H2 is the plan. Less than 20 seconds. Let's stay right here. Bishop e5. I was planning this. How are you dealing with bishop or queen h2? Mate and 2 threat. 10 seconds. Oh, you're running scared. Let's give a check. All right. They're going to lose on time. Down on time. Terrible technique. Matt likes chess. Thank you for the sub, man. Do I like milk? Yes, I do. All right, mouth pocket devourer. Devourer. Our 7th game. I think the majority of them are bullet games. Good opponent. All right. H file. Let's get one more developing move. If I go c5, they have to take, but I think that's premature. No, I could probably do that, but you know, it's tough for my opponent to develop. Let's take with the bishop. I want to keep this. All right, I got the H file and the center. Let's come back. That's the only safe square. And let's just go here. I don't want to see this pawn run all the way down. Start to establish some pawns on the dark squares. Let's go home. And I don't think I'll be able to attack on the H file. All right, so what's the story here? Let's strike right here at c6. On c5, I could take in a couple ways. On b5, I could go here. I'm preparing to go here. Also, this might be interesting. 2 minutes. It's not a lot. Let's just, what do I want to do here? Oh boy. Alright, let's put the rook here. I think he could do b5. Oh, I did not consider that move at all. Ugh. Alright. Let's try to stir up a little bit of trouble. Let's see if I could manage that. Knight here, I take the bishop and then take here. Alright, let's take. Should have considered knight takes bishop. Okay. Let's take here. And now I have a spot for my queen. I'm going to drop that pawn. Alright, let's strike at the knight like this. I could take c6. Might go into Pac-Man mode. Queen g4. I'd like to get that in pretty soon. Just to get off of this same file. GDR, thank you for the 4 months in a row. Appreciate it. Even on the clock. Alrighty. Let's go here. Defending the d pawn. I have pressure on the rook. Bishop takes pawn. There's rook takes. I can maybe save this guy. That seems like... Can I rely upon my... Okay, let's go here. No. Oh, I just dropped my queen. Oh, brother. Oh, that's so awful. I have to stop talking. I have to stop talking. They're ready to mate me. They're ready to mate me. Yeah, there's a very simple win, and my opponent will find it. Yep, let's resign. Oh, that was awful. What can you do? Get back on the horse. Streicher, thank you for the 19 months in a row. All right. I'm still going to fianchetto. All right, I'll shoot for some quick pressure against e4. d5 is already something. And take, no, let's push. And play f4. Oh, they're really asking for some trouble here. He's attacked twice, defended once. Let's add a third attacker. All right, let's take. All right, let's start picking up the pace. I feel like I just want to take that pawn. So tempting. So tempting. Bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, bishop block. Knight b4. The knight moves. The rook defends knight d3 stuff. It's probably fine, but unnecessary. How about we do this? Too slow? Just looking for b5, b4. I weaken a ton of squares. But if I get b4 in, I think it's worth it. I am defending the knight. Queen takes d5. I'll still do it. I give up the pawn. This isn't good technique. I shouldn't even allow this queen to do any fancy stuff like this. Alright. I guess we'll nab that pawn. And then threaten mate. How can we be a pest? How about here? Take the bishop. Next. Pretty much no matter what. Queen there, there's a follow-up pin, bishop f5. Let's take him. Rook takes mate. Yeah, he's out of the ball game. Computer, I don't think, would go for this plan. There's probably something much more direct. What's that about? Let's just go here. Develop. Could have also just captured the rook and gone here. I'm ready to take the rook. Threatening mate. Got it. Okay. Where did my opponent go wrong with that? Probably that, yeah, asking for some trouble putting the king on the same file, the queen on the same file as the king when I had my rook already opposite the king. Now to go faster, these 3-0s. It is not like 5. There is such a big difference between the two. All right. What's the King Punisher going to come up with? Thank you, Clark E. Rubber. 13 months in a row. Alrighty. Mass exchanges. It's winter here, and somebody is outside weed whacking. Can you believe this? Oh man. What is going on? Unbelievable. Okay. In this simplified position, I am almost certain that this is a bit of a liability. Alright, C file opens up. I'm fine with that. I'll be quicker to get there. If you go here, I celebrate. I say yes. I have D4. I also have the better bishop. Now, which of these two rooks wants to go to the C file? The one who's staring at his own pawn. Let's see what the King Punisher comes up with. What's up, ChessX? Yes, it was hot here the other week. 75-ish. Let's get there. Rook C7. There's a big pin. Let's just take first. Force the bishop back and then go here. I have a super active rook. Here, there's a pin. Probably have to go here. Okay. Time to activate the king. One more step. And I've gone far enough. I want to make sure I get here and keep that rook in a defensive position. My king belongs on d4, and my bishop belongs on f3. So we're going to have to try this kind of stuff, but by that time, I can maybe even think about taking him. Okay, they parried that. I have a pretty good clock advantage. Let's go here. And now I want to do this. I want a bishop exchange now, because my rook is being negated by the bishop, so I want to make sure that this bishop doesn't stay as a convenient defender of a6. 30 seconds. So I could maintain that pawn. Could have also pushed. It's trouble now. 20. What's up, Vin? On a rook move, I could start to push. Yeah, I think they just simplified a little bit too much. It was a nothing position for me. In fact, I think black is considered slightly better with that structure. But with that many piece exchanges, with the queens off in particular, that center on the d5 c5 structure, it I think turns out to be more of a liability than anything. What's up, Proof 07? Roy Lopez. Ah, Lance 5500 is in there. Okay, that's a poison pawn. If I took there's c6, hitting my bishop and then check and my knight. I'm going to this square because I don't want to run into d5 with tempo. Let's play rook here. I want to keep my knight's options open. If there's a capture, I want to get into c3. That's a pretty universal move. Let's get it in there. I don't know how much longer I could do without committing my knight. I don't know where my dark square bishop belongs. I could consider a capture. No, I'm gonna hold the tension in the center, I think. I'll go knight to d2. Yeah, let's get that in there. Yeah, I'll go for a similar journey. We have what is soon to be a completely symmetrical F, G, and H file. If I play knight here, actually, okay, yeah, that's completely symmetrical. I think I like this idea, trading light square bishops, and then I could key in here. A big difference in this position are the dark square bishops. Mine's more useful than this guy. So when we consider these squares, like I could take that knight out. I don't believe any sacrifice is working over here. They don't have enough pieces to follow up with. I don't want to deal with this, and I don't think that this is such a bad structure. My rook is also pretty happy. So now knight f5. He's worth far more than just 3 points now. Let's just jump right in. What's up, Spinal Tap Chess? Ubaitza1, hello to you. Alright, is now the time to just start taking stuff? Could take the knight and then push here. I really want my queen on this square. How could I manage that? Let's do this. And maybe I could think about takes, push, and then queen here. Okay, they're holding their ground. Or even this. Yeah, this is their better knight. So let's get rid of him. That's the knight that's, okay, let's see. Yeah, I could take. Yeah, let's bring the queen out straight away. This runs into a tactic like I fell for a couple of games back. What's up, Alpha Strike 54? Yes, long time no see for sure. Pawn on h5, some sacrifices right around the corner. Let's see. Do I just ignore that? I feel like I should just be ignoring that. Or I could push. Let's push. Inching just a little bit closer. And how about... Let's go here. I want to renew some ideas of, well, not renew, but give my opponent something to think about, sacrifice-wise on h6. If I could invite one more piece to the party, that's a Yasser Serowan line. Invite your pieces to the party. All right, let's play f4. I'm taking away a big square from the black pieces. And at the same time, I probably don't have much going on against h6, or do I? Let's carry on with this. Just throw all the pawns at my opponent. All right, let's take mate 2. Can block that. Yeah, they resigned. Queen takes pawn, takes king here. Where's the mate? Not sure. The knight is covering h8. It's close. Am I sick? No. I did notice just then though that I have my nose is a little bit blocked, but no, I'm not sick. All right, let's try for a dark square strategy. Take out the defenders of d4. Okay, let's get castles in there. f5, f4. Maybe queen h4, bishop h6. I think I'm going to go with that. Yeah. Let's get that in there. Bishop f2. No. All right. How about we take and maybe even do this? Saying, give me double pawns, but I get the e5 square. All right, let's just take. I think the rook is inconvenienced. Let's get f5 in. This is really tough to get in for as long as my knight sits here. Improve the king. I want to make sure I keep control over e4. They're still shooting for that. Can I really stop that? Okay, maybe I do take now, because I want to... Ooh, they're taking with a pawn. Interesting. All right, let's go here. And here, and let's just kind of ignore what's going on over here for a moment. On takes, I'll go here, and I don't know how valuable that pawn really is. Okay, that's weird, but all the entry points are under control. Let's baby step it. Let's get this in. King g6 next. Maybe it was better to go here so I have some kind of knight move on f6 soon. Give me the c5 square. Andy Yoda says we need some h2 action. We'll see. Aha! Interesting. So what's your plan, man? I take here, you do that, and then I can't make use of this square. Suppose I take here first. Let's try that. And then we go here. Now you don't have this. I'm up a pawn. Let's take with this knight. He was out of bounds. It's not needed on a6 anymore. Pressure here. Even on the clock. I have these tidying up type of moves with b6, though. I don't know if I want to do that. So maybe that's a target. Let's improve the king a little bit more. g4. King g5. I'm walking a bit of a tightrope here with my king. Gonna sacrifice? Okay, let's do that now. There's not a quick strike there. Interesting. Isn't this a moment for me to... Maybe I could have done that sooner, right? 40 seconds. Not a lot. Okay, let's go here. Interesting. Let's just take, though. I have knight covering that. Let's come all the way back. Oh, they're going to take there. Okay, let's go after him. Knights are boxed out. I'm defending d6. I'm up 2 pawns all of a sudden. Watch out for the back rank mate. Because these pawns have inched up, I have these ideas. Do I have something sneaky here? Okay, we're just going to go into a rook and pawn endgame where I'm up a pawn. And I keep the king cut off. Rook here. I don't want to get in my rook's way. Let's even go here. Okay, there's a better way to do this, isn't there? Maybe not. I think that's good. I think how I did it just then was clean. Yeah, that's clean. Now we push the pawn. Philidor. All right, 5 seconds is plenty. They're down on time. Tough game. A big battle on the whole board, really. Queen side, center, king side. Sephiroth. Sephiroth. What's going on? Where have I been? I know. It has been a while. A recent note regarding my internet setup. I was having an issue with my modem. And I got a new modem, and then it wasn't fitting in well with my router. Turned out my router was it's not compatible. I'm misplaying this. There's a good move here for black, and I'm just worse. Maybe losing. Okay, they didn't play it. So what was this move? Knight to g5, and my d4 pawn pretty much collapses. So this was a really bad line. Okay. I guess we'll just take. And I think queen c2. Yeah, with just the bishop staring at this guy, I don't think that should be too much of a problem. Well, what do we do here? Hmm. Take that pawn? Yeah, I guess we'll take. I invested so much time just then. All right, let's go here. It's a pretty scary position. I feel like there might be some accident happening on d3. Yeah, I started late, but not super late or anything. Let's take here. Now this, okay, they didn't go after my rook. I thought that was the idea. Let's go with this rook because one day I want to be able to do this and not get hurt. He's intolerable. That bishop's a strong piece. You know what? I might want to just pitch a pawn. This bishop is enormous here. So, okay, now they might have to even fight a little bit to get this e-pawn. But I feel that my bishop would be like a pretty irrelevant piece. So at least I could kind of hang on to this pawn. I was prepared again to just give him up. I don't know. Let's secure my pawn on c4. I'm worse here. No doubt about that. Okay. Let's sneak my king up, actually. He could help out defending e3. And yeah, let's improve the queen. If I do this, there's takes and then rook here, and I can't save the pawn. All right, how about we improve the rook? How about we move faster as well? 40 seconds, not even. We'll shoot for b4. I have a check. Okay. Let's take, and okay, now we have this. I'm take it the rook. Feel like he might be out of play. King f7, I have g4. Now I'm keeping my rook here. I want to have something happening over here, I think. Less than 50 for Christian coup. Alright, what's the story here? I got checks. Let's defend. Queen here. Thought you might do that. Sneak my king over in the center post and then activate my rook. Really fast. There you go. Oh, cutting me off. Stepping up if I get checked. I'll give that pawn up and get your pass pawn. There we go. And a push, I have some checks, and then I pick up the pawn. Let's dislodge that king post. Let's give a check. King here. And get the rook. Yeah, they're down on time. Okay. Not a good one. Oh, Spinal Tap is in there with a flawless performance so far. Nice rating. 2644. Normandy. Thank you for the sub. Thank you, yes, thank you. Normandy. And hello to Spec05. Hidden mate on board. Alright, the pack leader is up there at 48. The insane chess player, but right on his heels is the marathon beast, Lance. Caesar, thank you for the 4 months in a row. Alpha Void, 7 months in a row. Appreciate it. Alright. So, I did this earlier, kind of keying in on the d4 square, but this is not yet a threat, so I don't have to jump in straight away. And, they're going for this, this is some Grand Prix stuff, huh? Is that what they call it? Is that what they're calling it? Let's jump in right now. Let's strike where they're weak. This is a pretty big, how to describe it? He's an integral part of an attack against my king. This kind of stuff. So if I could give up my queen knight for their king knight, I think that's good. Now, that said, I don't have to take that knight straight away. Here I could just give him a kick. I think I want to hold my ground here. How about we develop? Their bishop is on his heels. We could look for this. I'm also supporting this. I like bishop d7 over rook b8 because getting on this diagonal, it's opposite the king. There might be some tricks against the king one day, tied in with this. Okay, now of the two knights, I'm certainly taking that one. He's not such a good piece. And from here, probably bishop here. So they have first and second rank minor pieces. Notice my knight does a good job of combating the f5 strike. g4 is pretty crazy and will be met with that. Maybe even right now I could consider this. I think I like this idea. And then even doing this. Although rook to e3. Okay, let's just still do this. No. Let's get one more developing move in case there's a capture. I don't want to see queen e6. And I just want to play d5 next. Let's see if they flinch. Okay. Let's now grab some space. Light square bishop exchange. I have this post. So that's why I'm not taking with my knight. This is where he belongs. This isn't such a good piece. And from here now we could look to expand, though that gives up the b4 square. So I like my knight. Their bishop I think will struggle. This pawn limits the bishop pretty good. Let's put the rook here instead of this. This might run into a4. Okay, now if I really want to get in c4, I have to play b5. Is there another approach? How good is this really? It feels like it's a position where I have plenty of time to come up with some other. I could come up with some other plan. How about a dark square bishop exchange and then get here? Takes forever, doesn't it? I think I have forever. Where are my opponent's big pawn breaks? That's not it. The king side is completely shut down. I don't know really where there would be. So these are the only two pawn breaks, and you know I could do this. Snail's pace, but I don't think they could do anything to stop it. Trade dark square bishops. Okay. Now that they made that pawn break, this is a target. Let's go here. Stay out of the b pawn's way. Pin the pawn. Okay, the queen is defended. And in the end, okay, what's going to happen? They're going to lose on time, most likely. My rook's unprotected, so let's go with this rook here first. And here next. These sacrifices don't concern me. There's only the queen, and my bishop would be a super defender. Okay, let's shoot him away. I also had knight here. Yeah, he's a beast and a half now. A beast and a half. Feel like there's a mate soon. I think it starts with this. Yeah, it's really close to mate. Really, really close. Yeah, they're going to work themselves into a pin. Alrighty. Reniarku? Thank you. Ooh, this is the guy that's in second, this insane chess player. I have yet to score even a half point against the insane chess player. And that's with I think all the games that I've played were without commentary. So this will be a tall task, I imagine. Though I'm fine with this opening results. Here I think I have to go back here. If I went here, they'll nab that pawn. Okay. Let's go with this. Break the pin on my pawn, so on this I could do this now. I could have also considered bishop here, but I think the knight would jump in. No, the knight jumping in I take on d4. So where's the king gonna go? Gonna go kingside with these guys? This is I think I'm gonna keep my king. Okay, so they're either keeping the king in the center or what? They're going kingside, huh? Let's put the rook here. Queen b6 is a double attack. Uh-huh. Alrighty. Okay, I don't know. Let's just throw a pawn. Expand. A little minority attack action. Let's go with a little minority attack action. How about a queen on b7? You think the king is scared? Maybe. Fiend kettle the queen. A knight here. Do I take or do I just move? Who knows? I'll just move. I'll duck. Let's go fast. Got a time edge. Take with the queen. Oh! Sacrifice here they had. Let's go here. Get out of this stuff. They had a moment for that, I'm pretty sure. Take me. Help my rook out, please. I'm also covering this, so... Okay, maybe now I just take. And this bishop's a great bother. Let's get him out of there. Maybe I should have done that. No, they would do something like this. Okay, just challenge the bishop. Let's just challenge the bishop. It's probably one of their better pieces. Okay, don't want to allow h6. You're going to take my bishop. Alright, I'll take you. Okay, let's push. In the end, I'll get here. Let's get out of any trickiness. If I did this, there's that. Okay, so maybe I could still do this. It's looking pretty good on the clock. Uh-huh. Alright. I have a pretty active knight. Super knight. This guy's to play. Oh! Did not mean to do that. Isn't that a problem, though? That's a knight. Went into a pin. They resigned. I gotta play that guy more when I'm commentating, I guess. Yeah, I totally missed that. I was dropping my F pawn, but at that point they needed to be Roadrunner mode, bullet mode. Alrighty. So I helped out the pack leaders there. Lance, I'm sure, is happy. He'll be back up there. Still plenty of time. Okay. Okay, let's castle. Bustaraba. Thank you for the 5 months in a row. Okay, let's go here. Take me. Improve my rook. I have a better pawn structure. This is their best piece. Let's get rid of them. Okay, double attack. All right, let's take that pawn. And take another one. Be greedy. Let's be greedy. Why not? Are you going to hit me with a double attack? I'll go here. Or just take the knight. Queen can't go too far. She could only make one move and still be defending the knight. Good enough. Let's insert this check. So maybe I get at f7. There is no knight b4. Okay. Let's get the rook here. I'll take with the queen. This is a wonderful shelter. This configuration of pawns, forget about the e-pawn, just these three, do an excellent job of combating perpetuals in queen endings. f2 defends rank. f3 defends diagonal. g3 defends file checks. It's good to note. You don't get that with this kind of structure. Alrighty. 2-1 on the queen side. Set those guys into motion right now. Is there something more direct? Let's just offer a queen exchange. Get some pigs. And notice now on a recapture, I do have an attack against f7 because of that check that I inserted. Okay. Bishop here forces a queen exchange. Let's just do it. Queen has to go to the corner if there's no if you don't want a queen exchange. And now suppose I do this. I really don't want to do that though. Can I make some other rook move? Alright, whatever. I'll go with this. Exchange. And let's just go here. I don't want to give any of their rooks play on the B or C files. These are the files the rooks would like to be on. This is nothing well supported. I'd prefer to have my rook here and their rook on A6, but okay. Let's expand a little bit. Improve my king. G4 and king G3 is just a hair of progress. Let's go here now. Alright, let's continue to improve my king. Very active rooks. In fact, there's a nice fork that I walked right into. Oh, man. Okay. Let's take with the pawn. And go here. Yeah. It'll still be a struggle for black. Yeah. This is definitely worth a rook right here. Bishop-pawn combination. Let's take with the pawn. Improve my king. Let's go here. If you want to cash out, in the end I'm going to take the a-pawn and have 2-0 on the queen side. Improve the king. The rooks are not too good here. Let's push a bishop here and then glue the bishop. There might be mates now. Pawn controlling dark. My king is a fighter. It's now the time to cash out, and by this point I could already offer an exchange, I believe. Yeah, even in this position, their king is just a hair out of play, one move too short, and here I just flush him back. Yeah, king position, little by little, eventually translated into something that allowed me to, I don't know, that tactic that I fell for, because I had a slightly better king position, and it adds up. All those inches. Okay. No! Take back? There's no take backs in tournaments. Alright. I wanted knight f6. I'd be happy with a queen exchange. Okay. I think this bishop turns out to struggle some in this. Will turn out to struggle some in this position. Let's go here. Queen c6, bishop f4. I don't want to do this because I weaken this square. I'm prepared to give up my light square bishop, so I want to end up with this kind of a structure. Let's develop. If I do this, knight to d6 is kind of scary. Bishop here, I think I need to do this. Bishop here, if I try to keep the knight out of this square, I think this is just too strong. With the bishop knifing in, knight here, I don't know how I would ever stop this. This move, there's some sacrifices, and then, yeah, I think I need to shoo this bishop off of this diagonal. Get out of there, bishop. Oh, really? You're giving up your dark square bishop? I will take him. That knight is still pinned. Let's castle. So knight here, I'll do this. Knight here, I'll give him a kick. Okay. Trying to shut down my dark square bishop. Noted. You're giving up f5, though. I could have captured here. Just defend the pawn, right? A little scary, putting up that diagonal, but... Okay, there's some holes over here, considering this quadrant. They're now out of a pin. My knight needs to relocate, I believe. So, if I do this, there's that. Let's stop knight g5 for the moment. I don't want a quick reposition. I think I do want to play this, and then a quick knight e7, but I don't want to allow the knight to get to e4 really soon. There's also that move. All right, let's go here. Rook d7. I was ready to go rook b7. I have it covered still. We could try for that. What's he up to? I don't understand what he is. Let's just force him back. All right, let's go with this rook. Of course, taking with the queen. Rankwise, thank you for the sub. Any of you that I miss, I will try to get at the very end. I think I'm getting them all, though. Okay. Let's exchange one rook. And maybe all rooks, huh? Let's step up. Rook d8. Okay. Where would I like to keep my bishop? How about right here? Let's point at something. Of white's. 2 pawns. I'm still playing with the 2 bishops. This pawn does a really good job controlling many of the white piece movements. There may be some tactics if I take like this. Okay, let's just take. Alright. Queen exchange, I guess. Bullet mode. 46 seconds to 30, call it. And now we finally break down this point. At a moment where this advance isn't going to be an issue. Okay, I gotta do that. Isn't he gonna fall soon? Let's go here. Let's go here. Trying to activate my bishop. Let's go here. Okay. Get my king over. Activate like this. Oh, I just dropped a knight. Let's hang on to that pawn. Let's take him. And they're down on time. Okay. Let's get a move in. I think I almost missed my chance to get that, yeah, to get my first move in there. Let's go with c5, knight c6 real quick. There we go. Let's go straight in for this. How are they unpinning? Let's be a pest. Well, if I take, on knight takes, I could take the knight. Let's go queen here. They're still in a pin. This is a strong piece, maybe their strongest piece currently. One that's knifing right at my knight and the heart of my structure on the king's side. Their queen is going to have a tough time finding shelter, I think. Queen e2, knight here. What's up with that? Isn't this winning something? Isn't that winning something? Bishop takes knight. Knight b4, bishop takes knight, knight takes queen, bishop takes queen. Knight takes rook, bishop takes rook, rook takes bishop. I don't even know where we stand with that variation. I can't visualize it. Knight b4, bishop takes knight. Maybe I take a timeout and just take with the pawn. Bishop takes pawn, king g7. The queen has to move. Where would she move? I'll go with that one. My bishop will end up on g6. I'm going to end up playing f5. The bishop's going to take, pawn takes, bishop g6. They're going to get 3 pawns. They're not pulling the trigger on bishop takes knight. Isn't that an only move? Pretty sure it's an only move. Gotta take the pawn. And here we go. I'm ready to snip the bishop. Ooh. Well, now I go here, so they're not going to get 2 pawns anymore. Let's just back up. Should probably pick up the peso. Ah, interesting. Interesting. Didn't see that move. Cool. Let's take here, though. And then here. And we're going to try for an attack. If the knight moves, I have queen h4. Oh, hang on. Oh, he's pinned. Ah, man. All right, let's take. Let's break the pin. 40 seconds. Push. Shoo that knight away. All right, let's take with the rook. Where's the mate? It's queen h4, right? Knight here. Let's do this. Queen f7. "23 seconds. Oh. Yikes. Oh. I only have 6 seconds. Oh, brother. What did I miss? What did I miss there? G4 was so saving. Ah, Oliver. Oliver. I had something there, I know I did. I didn't find the winning continuation clearly. Yeah, that was a nice. I thought I was gonna pick up that pawn or that bishop on what was it, h7. Not so fast. They caused me some problems. Now come on, let's snip that guy. Takes. This guy's turning into Pac-Man. A little bit of calculation. Thank you to Nicolidus for the sub 3 months in a row. Now if I push here, let's do it. The knight has to block. Alright, we'll take here now. That is a check. And what next? Okay. You're ready to win my knight on c3. Alright, here's the plan. Put my knight on d6. Yep. You get my rook, I get my knight on d6, I take your rook on e8. Knight d6. Watch out for the fork. What's going on, Alan Gagger? Ian Morty 111. What's the body count here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Balanced. 130 for Gabber. Okay. What's the big idea here? Alright, I want to keep queens on, I think. I still just jump in there? Yeah. I'm jumping in there. I'm okay. I'm gonna allow this. I should have something here. With that knight entrenched on d6, support of both bishop and pawn. Bishop pair. And maybe I make certain that that knight really never goes anywhere. Knight there. All right, they're ready to play bishop takes h3. Interesting. I could play it ultra soft. Let's take here. Take with the knight. Queen. Should I nab this pawn? Let's just go here. Any sacrifices? He'll be a pretty good defender. Let's centralize my queen. Might try for that. Pretty strong queen. This right now? What about h4? Let's go with h4. We're even on the clock. I had something similar before, bishop supporting a passed pawn. Active queen. Bishop g3. I feel like I just take that queen. Take the a pawn. Let's play it like this. Try and hunt down that pawn. And they're giving it up. No rook f5. Yeah, the rook is pretty passive. I don't know if I really want to take that, but all right, let's give a check. Rook here next. Gotta go a little faster. Let's just throw in a check for fun. A little bullet trick. A time burner. Okay. Okay. They can track that pawn down. They don't have any time. I played that ending a little bit too much with one eye on the clock and the other on the position. Hakon J, thank you for the 23 months in a row. I appreciate the support, man. You're just a month out from your golden crown. Thanks again. DM Captain Obvious, thank you for the resub 10 months in a row. Yes, the drought is over. I play this system too much. Okay, we're changing it up. No more of this. No more. All right. Knight e4? No. Let's grab some space. It's a big moment. A big moment. 3 versus 2 on the queen side. Let's put some pressure on the knight like this, or queen c2. Let's develop queen c2. f5, I'm assuming. No. Let's take with the queen. Okay. Let's go here. If another knight returns there, I'm going to try to put more pressure on him. Maybe I could just stop it altogether now with queen c2. Let's get the majority going. Continue. This is all progress. It's just the order in which you do it, to be a little bit careful. Had I started with a4 before b4, there's a5, and it turns into a not so healthy majority. Let's find a good spot for the queen. Yes, he's in my house. Let's put pressure on him. And now that's a hole. So let's eliminate dark square bishops and then plant a knight in there. Okay, I'm okay with taking. I don't think that the king is any better placed on g7. Yeah. And probably just jump straight in right now. So if they take, I have a passed pawn, a connected passed pawn. Let's take like this. I could consider taking like this, though. Then there's a5, undermining c5. It was tempting. My knight keeps pressure on the bishop. What's that rook move about? Here, and then f4. That knight could be a pretty big pest. What I could try is bishop takes knight and then just f3. I'm going to go for that. Yeah. This is the third time I'm now challenging something that's on e4. 2 knights, and now a pawn. Let's take with the knight, and then he's going to get right back there. And then I might soon have something against f7. This is kind of like a tall pawn. I'm okay with pitching this pawn because I feel right around this point I have an attack. I'm on the bishop right now. Rook takes, bishop takes pawn. There's queen f2, and I'm entering somehow. Queen f2 to h4 or f6, f7. Something's going to happen. I think black is already lost. If they try to seal things off, no, okay, no, they don't have time. I'm still on the bishop. But, even something like this, if the bishop was there, I have g4 stuff, so where's the direct stuff? Okay, let's just take. And there's no better than getting on that open file with check and probably just sweep in. Threatening a mate in 1. How does black go about defending this? Bishop takes pawn, queen f6. And now the king has to go here, as otherwise I pick up the rook. And on this I have that. Something even faster. Alright, at the very least I have the rook. And maybe I even just go for mate. Queen check, or rook check. Rook check, king h6. Let's just do that. Oh, I have a cool mate here, actually. Take here. Okay. Let's check. That's mate. On the other one, on king takes rook, I had queen takes g6, king in the corner, knight f7, mate. All right. So there was a mini battle going on over the e4 square, right? Both their knights arrived there, and I needed to challenge them, I thought at least, really quick. There I go with the same setup. We're playing e4 next time. Two knights were there, and then a pawn was there, and then eventually I crashed through on the f-file. What happened there? How to summarize it? In the end, at least, it was a strong knight versus a bad bishop. Here. Let's wait. Let's let black invest one more move trying to get this in, and now we'll plug up the e5 square. And now, right around this point, he's immune from capture, or is he? Okay, so they're shooing me away from this. I'll go like this. They gave up a center pawn, so I'll stay like this. Queenside castle? No. Let's just go kingside. I'm playing with a 2-to-1 majority in the center. Could look for e4. So I'm going to hold this structure for a little bit, get some more development in. Alright, I'll just go here right now. He's out of play. Opposite the queen. He can't go too far. Dark square control. Let's push. Minority attack on board, and let's continue. I could use a flight square. Let's keep this pawn here. Okay. Let's improve the queen. I don't want to invite one of their pawns forward. I have knight d6. Let's take with the rook. I'm now preparing to double on the c-file. I still need a flight square. It's taken the only way that I can. The only way that's good. Flight square? Okay, how about bishop here? I think g3 might be my flight square. Let's double first. Knight d6. I'm just going to hold off on that. I like g3 to negate the knight, and my bishop controls this diagonal. Okay. Let's improve the queen. Maybe knight d6 soon. Just kind of turning the screws some. Inching a little bit closer. Okay, right up around now, there should be something just... I feel like I could just offer a queen exchange here and have a super strong position. Maybe even exchange a bunch of pieces. Okay. Here. Okay, my knight's going to be kicked away. There's going to be bishop d7. I think I should still be better. Let's go... Oh, I can't do that. Okay. I don't like having to babysit this pawn. Oh well. There was something much more direct. Let's go after this, No, let's go here. If I do this, I think there's a6, and I don't want to trade both rooks. I think this is the correct flight square now. Knight f4. Knight f4 I should have done the last move. So now I pick this guy up. Could put me in a pin. Double rooks. On check I'm not going to take, because I want to have this fork available. I don't want to... I think it's a liability to have that rook there. So... Improve the king, I guess? No. Let's get out of any pin idea. Yeah. My knight's really struggling. He's struggling. Let's try that. Yeah. They're going to grab the f2 pawn. And my b pawn, I guess. Bishop c6 on rook b7. Could have maybe done that last move. I'm threatening mate. I gotta do that. Or give a check. Even on the clock. They fought back well. I had a ton of queenside pressure. Why are they not moving? I gotta do this now. Gotta take my pawn. A check here, and then now there's a problem. Now you can't stop mate. There is no bishop here. That's mate. Yeah, they were better. After yeah, they turned better. Probably shouldn't have traded queens, huh? Okay, let's go with a quick c5. Okay, some stonewall attack. Stonewall structure. Let's trade light square bishops. Okay. I thought they might. Computer would do bishop b5, queen a4, knight here stuff. I just know it. We're going to put the bishop here because I want to have this maneuver at some stage. Let's castle, and I'm prepared to offer a light square bishop exchange. It's fine to have doubled f pawns. Let's go in for this. One day I'm going to kick this knight away. Let's put the rook here. G4. Okay, I'm going to back up the bishop. I like how I'm playing this so far. I think this is pretty harmonious how I'm doing it. And now I think I go here, preparing f6, and I'll still key in on that square. If you stop f6, that gives up a really good square on f5. With the knight on e5, it's very important to not have h6 played too soon, because if you kick the knight, there can sometimes be knight g6. If you play f6, you want that knight to go backwards. So let's go here. And what next? Give him a boot right now? Yeah. Let's maintain control over this square. Here we're going to take a couple times and I'm going to slip in to d5. And how would I recapture? I think I want to keep my pawn here. Yeah, I'm going to prove my knight. Yeah, king f7 is fantastic. It'll be a perfect defender of that pawn. Okay. And that move. Go here. All right. I think that knight is just going to be too strong. I was seeing so much pressure against here. Gonna go with b3. Bishop here. I'm gonna look for some rook activity. I do not like that I have a pawn on a dark square, fixed on a dark square. Wish I had more time to think that position through, but I needed to make a move. Bishop e3 is not striking here. Let's just go here. I am throwing a punch at h3. And looking to double next. They cannot challenge. Okay. There was the block. Hmm. Let's improve the king. Okay, I thought that they would start to double on the e-file. Bishop b6. Ooh. I don't think that that was a good idea, because now this is the only relevant file, and I have control over it. Let's just come all the way back. Both of my rooks are active, theirs are passive, so I don't want to trade. If I go here, they would just block. Maybe I still could have done that. Okay, so now if the rook goes here, okay, now I could do this. They have to do that, yes. Now we try and maybe soften stuff up over here. Gonna give me this square for my king? Okay, that forces the king. Let's back up. Could enter over here. I think they're close to getting mated, no? Yeah, king f1, it's mate. It's rook g1. And now this, I get to double here. This feels like it's really close to mate. Check. Check here. Check there. Just get one rook off. Let's give another check. I want to take here in the end. Let's take there. Yeah, let's just pick up that pawn. Get behind this pawn. Pressure on him. Take with the pawn, or take with the king if the pawn pushes. And this should be pretty clean. Start pushing the h-pawn. Get the rook behind him. Watch out for any sneaky stuff. Improve the king. I don't care about my bishop now. Their king is way out of bounds. No time? I thought they fell on time. Okay. Down on time. Alrighty. 84 is in first. Lance. An hour and a half left. Spinal Tap has a couple losses. He was on a nice streak there. Who knocked him out some? Lance. Go figure. Frey Bentos. Metchler, thank you for the sub. Appreciate the support. There I go with this system again. Let's try Fiend Keto. Why not? I'm in there with 56. Okay. What do I want to do? Okay, this. Let's grab a little space. Let's stop b5. First off. Let's expand in the center. I'm not going to give up my strong d5 pawn. I'm now preparing an f4 strike. That feels really wrong. This is something I wanted to do, so now he's out of play, and I don't have to worry of b5 anytime soon, it seems. Let's go here. I feel like a computer would sacrifice if I played knight d3 and take advantage of my unprotected rook. So on f5, I want to meet that with f4. He's out of play. e6 can be a nice pivot point. A light square bishop and any piece here should be pretty good. This is a hole now after f5, and I have a pawn already lending support. So with that in mind, maybe I take with the knight. I probably take with the knight. I am striking at g6 as well. Even pitching a pawn just to open up this diagonal. He could become a beast on g2. So case in point right now, do I want to go after this bishop or just drop in here? I'm going to drop in here. This should be pretty lethal. My light square bishop. I don't even know if I'm losing a pawn with this. There's a check. And just duck. Their knights are not too good. Taking with the pawn, not just to have a passed pawn, but I want his eyes opened up. Is this move doing anything? Knight here drops the dark square bishop. What would a computer do? Queen d2 is just, these are simple moves, but is there something direct? Could kick the knight and play knight d5. Okay, that's probably simplest. Let's just defend the bishop. Preparing to kick and go here. On knight f6. Alright. What's that move about? This bishop is going astray. Way astray. Okay. Let's kick the knight. And incoming knight d5 opens up my bishop's eyes. Striking at the bishop. Hitting the rook. He must be captured. And let's not forget about this guy. He could get rolling. That move. I could win the bishop. And now I'm going to be up a full rook. Killer pin. And we are going to trade everything now. Keeping the pin. Up a full rook. Alright. Still in a pin. Open file. Push the pawn, rook e7. Here we go. Check. And push through. Plenty of time. They resign back to tournament. Alright. Crazy T. 2-2-2. Let's try a Sicilian. Alright, Najdorf. Knight f6. We will most likely just transpose knight c3 and then I take. This is to avoid some lines where white could get in f3. Alrighty. I have to take some care over my d5 square now. So, bishop, knight, are there. Where else is he going to go? F3, H5, same thing on H3. I don't want to allow this quick expansion. Okay, king side. Interesting. Queen C7, I think. Actually, no. Rook C8. Half open file. I might want to do this. Okay, now that that's weakened, this is something that has my attention. Okay, what about knight b6 into c4? This is a really strong square. Knight a5 might be a move. They're giving up the light square bishop. That is their worst bishop, but now this hole is really well covered. This knight is not a good piece. It's their worst piece right now. Okay, the rooks aren't playing just yet, but of the minor pieces, this is the worst minor piece. So how is he getting active? His forward moves are all... what are they doing? Some improvement for me is a knight on h5 would be fantastic. He observes a hole on g3 and what we could pretty much consider a hole on f4 because there's never a g3 to support it. Queen is under fire. Let's just step up here. In case my rook is challenged, he might want to go back. Let's go here. And I'm doing this to open up knight d7, and I might even sacrifice at some point. I still keep open the option to castle, though I don't know if I want to do that. Because if there's a queen exchange, I probably would rather have my king here. Let's improve the knight. I'm not going to... I could work around this guy in b6. If knight here, I could take. Queen takes, I take, and in the end I win on c2. He remains a dead piece on b3. I want a dark square bishop and a knight planted on f4. How do I pull that off? I don't know. Maybe now I just castle. Although they might try for a dark square bishop exchange. Is this really doing anything? It feels a little bit weird to do this. Weakens my light squares, but I think it's a good move. And maybe even tuck my king in. I think this is a good home for my king. I think they're preparing this. Okay, yeah. I'm okay with taking. Oh. You can consider that. Let's go all the way back, because I think she wants to be here soon. How soon? Right now soon. Double on the C file. Let's throw a jab at this pawn. If I could force this, then that's really weak. A little jab. Okay. Mission accomplished. Let's get right back here and now target c3, now that I've induced b4. Maybe better to go here. There we go. I have this move anytime. Or this one. How about a queen here? My dark square bishop isn't playing. Box out the knight. Bishop might be trapped soon. Careful. Careful. I don't have much time. Should probably go faster. Probably not a good move. Get out of the line of fire. Mate on h2? Didn't play this well. 15 seconds. Oh, they're going to hit me with a fork. This was such a dominant position. I have to win it like this. Oh. Gotta be a time-burning machine. Well done. Well done, man. Well done. That was Boris Spassky right there. Boris Spassky was just clapping for me. Well done, he said. He stands up and applauds. Have such a good position and just wait until the waning seconds, man. Just to pretend like you have a good mouse or something. Finish him off, man. Where's the fatality? Hit him with the fatality. Man. Ah. Finish him. Finish him. Oh, man. Okay. Am I really losing this? Okay, no. They're gonna play bishop there. What is going on? Holy cow. Holy cow. Okay, I'm gonna have to be a magician here. Get ready. Oh, man. Can I at least get a minor piece? Hmm. Alright, come on here. I gotta stir up some trouble. Knight here. Queen there, rook b8, queen there. I think I could chase the queen away from defending the knight. I don't want to allow this pawn to be captured. He's just too good. I need him. So now you're gonna see me try to stir up some trouble here. What are they thinking about? What are they thinking about? Maybe I even do this and allow queen c4 and I get nothing. Queenside castle? I have some stuff breathing down the queenside. Breathing down the queenside. I'm ready to go Kano Town. Rip the heart out of the queenside. He's a goner. Why are they not castling? Okay, I have to be super clever here, I think. Let's jump in. Where are you going, queen? Mm-hmm. How about I get fancy? Here, there's queen here. But I have this, they take my rook. Let's just take here. Yeah. Alright, now's the time for a flight square, I'm pretty sure. A minute left to stir up some trouble. That queen into b7 caused a great deal of chaos on my queen side. All right. Hmm. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Oh my goodness. I just dropped that piece. I'm still gonna fight on. I'm gonna win this. I'm gonna win this. Let's go here. Put pressure on this pawn. I think they're preparing a sacrifice on this square. Let's go here. Uh-oh. What's Fray Bentos gonna do? Am I not going to just win the knight now? What's the plan? Oh, he's cornered. You're cornered, knight. I control that queening square pretty well. Here, I'm going to try to sneak into g2. Let's take queen f3. Oh. Let's do this. Where's the mate? Serious threat, queen e2. And now I pick up the rook with check. And where's the mate? There it is. What a lucky dog. You lucky dog. How do you do that? Stirring up some trouble. Dropping pieces to forks, unprotected pieces, getting sidelined. Alright, somehow stirred up some trouble there. I got 68. Possibly podium land. There's over 1,200 players in here. We got an insane one on our hands. Alright, let's try this. Where we do not deploy the dark square bishop outside the pawn chain. This way instead. The insane chess player. Alright, let's take. I almost mouse slipped there. What do you do when you don't know what you want to do? Let's go here. There's a couple unprotected pieces, so I could try to get a little fancy. Let's go here. Okay. And I'm going to do this and try for a quick knight e4. If I get that in, I'll be happy. Yeah. I think I could get this in. Their king come under some heavy fire soon. Both bishops are unmasked. Can't say that for this guy just yet. I should have something here, I feel. For example, how are they coping with this double attack? Don't I win a pawn? Maybe they do this and then I end up in a pin, though. They'll struggle to get it back. I think I'm winning a pawn. There really isn't a good spot for the knight. Maybe knight a5, I take the pawn, and then the combined threat of a rook c8 and knight b3. Or even that, straight away. Bishop takes pawn, king h8. And then, yeah, let's do it, and then I'm going to duck. I think this is the only safe spot for my queen. You don't have that. It's a little scary. My next move, I just want to do this, like especially if the knight... Okay, so they're going for that. Bishop here. Is my bishop really going to get trapped? How do you attack him, though? I got this covered. H4, H5. What about... yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to drop the B pawn. It might be even something better. Now I'm under fire. It's probably a poison pawn. Probably. Let's still be aware of the checks that I have. This pawn's falling in multiple ways. Let's just go here. Take my rook. You could drop a fork here. I'm prepared to give up the exchange. He's going to fall with check 33 seconds. I'm hoping that if they take some material, then, I don't know, there's no longer some kind of an attack against me. Let's see. Knight there. It's pretty crazy to do this, but maybe it's okay. I don't want to allow this. It's scary. Good move. Good move, man. Good move. I could get mated any moment. Any moment. Be very careful. Come on, king. I feel like I'm winning now. Oh man, my heart's racing. That was insane, insane chess player. Woo! Sorry if I got a little loud there. That was intense. It was a minor piece battle. Oh man. Alright. Back on the horse. Keep your fire. I'm in 5th. I'm the only one with fire of the top 5. Get pumped. Get pumped, man. All right. They're baby stepping it. How does their queen bishop feel about that? What does he feel? Okay. Let's take and prepare to challenge that pawn duo. D5 it is. Let's just take hanging pawn structure. B6, bishop F3. Still. There isn't a... Well, that was a bad diagonal. But there isn't a quick bishop F4 now. If the bishop was here, this idea would not be good. having both bishops like this is too much. There may be still something that white can stir up with exactly that. Yeah, knight b5. Exactly that. This should be fine though, I think. Queen d7, and then next I shoo the knight away. I shoo him away. This might be critical, trying to sink into c6. Let's see. Alright, let's get that guy out of there before he hurts me. Let's get rid of their best piece soon, like right now soon. It's their light square bishop. I think I'm going to take with the queen because... Okay. Because what? Let's go with this. I was going to take with the queen, so there wasn't a queen f3. I think e6 now? Yeah, I think I have to try to challenge this guy. He's a pretty strong piece. Okay, mass exchange is incoming. I should have given a little bit more thought to that last move. Let's take with the knight. We're going to have all... It's just going to be a major piece specific position. I already have a flight square. Okay. Oh, I got to recapture. Back rank. Taking like that. Okay, my queen, she doesn't like having to do this, but she's going to have to do it. Defending the pawn, stopping the pawn, preparing to block the diagonal. And what more? Okay, rook c5. If there's more pressure here, I have b5. Let's still go b5. Take with the pawn. Two passed pawns, so... Yeah. Queen b4 might be a move. May have to do this. He needs to do something else. How about a bishop on d7? Oh, that move. Okay, rook ending. I think she's just too strong. I can't allow this queen to keep control over this flight square. So, pawn push. I'm going to exchange a bishop. And then I have to... Oh, really? Okay. Let's try to hunt that pawn down. I want one rook trade. So I have the better king. Two rooks tactical, one rook technical. I want to have a little bit more safety for my king. Let's stop him from going any further. I'm going to hunt down this pawn. I'm not accepting a draw. There's no way. I will try to play against these pawns. Somehow. And actually, I will be able to win one of the pawns now. They're offering a draw, but this is a position where, I don't know, I'm the one who should be offering a draw, I think. Just from a structural standpoint. I cover my base point. And a rook right here is perfect. And let's keep pressure on f2. Expand with first the g pawn. I don't want to see h... No, I'll go with h5 first. Here I have this, and maybe I double up and track down the h pawn just like I did the f3 pawn. There may be some mating. I should have continued to push. Yeah, pawn on h3 would have been a great thorn. So I could slowly improve my pawns. Yeah. Let's just make some room for my king. He's going to be challenged. And I'm okay with the rook exchange now. They don't have any time. All right, back to tournament. That's 3-0 for you. Okay, I got 76, 52 minutes left in this one monthly Super Blitz arena. Spinal Tap. We meet again. Let's try C4. Explosive. That's a Ben Feingold line. I admit. Let's go E3. Okay, let's occupy that diagonal. Where else is he gonna go? Break the pin. What's the E-pawn gonna do? Okay. Shoo. Alright, let's stop E5 now. Connect knights. Where will there be a pawn break? Interesting. Do I take first? I'll take first. Take with the C-pawn. My rook will have play once here. Take with the E-pawn. Yeah. Now here takes here. I at least can make use of C4. That's why it was important to take there first. I've made that mistake before. And I think that was the correct way to do it. So now I could go here. Ideally, I would like to have a dark square bishop exchange, so if they try to stay on this diagonal, I could still force off a trade. That was a very important, instructive moment. If I went through that too fast, well, if I upload this as a video, that is. Anyhow, jump in here to take first before taking on that square. Take on d5 before e4. This nets me the bishop pair. Let's hop in. And my bishop will be a super defender right here. Not here, because we don't want to take away the flight square. Let's step up. This is the only thing I'm fearing, but that always gives up e5, and he turns into an animal. So this is the slow and steady plan. Let's do this right now first. Okay. Let's pin the knight. I might want to play opposite color bishop position now. Let's put the bishop in right now. To be careful of this, my queen is unprotected, but the knight is interfering for the moment. This weakens c6. I could take the knight. They have a pretty good bishop as well. Let's go here. That move. Let's go here. I think that's a sneaky move. Okay. Or is it? Or is it? Let's try that. Is that sneaky? 55 seconds. I'm on the bishop now. So far I like how I'm playing it. Other rook on c1. My bishop controls the knight. He is unprotected. Whoa! Cool move, man. push that pawn. Let's push him a little bit further. Their knight is not a good piece. Very active rooks. Need a king position now. "34 seconds. I want to enter with my rook. Oh, I didn't see that. Rook g2. Ooh. Got it. Ooh, tight game. Rat race again. Tech Gambino, thank you for the 11 months in a row. Appreciate the support, man. Sarm. Okay, let's try a Sicilian. E6 this time? Okay. Let's try knight c6, knight f6. Not doing anything with d4. Let's try a6. Okay, let's stop d4. I waste some time, but I think it's okay. Shooting for a quick f4, maybe. Trying to key in there. Okay, let's try to chase this knight away. Knight supporting that. Sometimes you'll see this, but notice a knight from that square. What's that move about? I don't want to allow a light square bishop exchange, so let's go with that. And let's go here. A very important move. I'm striking at this, and I'm prepared to take out the knight after b4. Oh, okay. And the knight just returns to defend c4. Let's get on with castles. Do I have something better? No. Okay. Let's play here, doing similar. Rook b8, I guess. Probably king h8. Yeah. Takes, then this knight has to find a new home. I don't know that it has a new home. This feels a little bit like a Sicilian Zveshnikov, not structurally, but this kind of maneuver with bishop g5, playing with the bishop pair, but I don't have a damaged structure. Okay, I think f6 is a good move here. Hang on, maybe I... Tough call here. I take first? Let's take first. And now f5? I think I go f5. f4 I think is going to be too strong if I don't react promptly. So he's a tough guy. Some nice possibilities on the f3 square. If the bishop survives, he should be a knife. I prefer my knight over the light square bishop in this position. It's weird, like this. Yeah, maybe I take that back. Okay, I'm still going to do this. They have a good knight versus a bad bishop position, but on the other hand, I have a passed pawn. And I'm going to go with this guy towards the center because I don't allow my bishop to get shut out so easily. I could try this as a reorganization. Queen here, double rooks, and then bishop here to negate the knight. So I think that this is a good way to coordinate. Though from this point, I don't really know how exactly to make forward progress. There's a flight square. It's not the best flight square. Maybe I try to put a dent in the structure over here. Yeah, they have great light square control. That is for sure. Do I need to get going with g5? I think I may need to do something active like this. Yeah. Oh, I only have 38 seconds. Okay. Oh, maybe now I'm threatening this because the queen is unprotected. Let's still try this. Ah, I get mated if I take the pawn. I didn't see that. Now I'm just dead. Hmm. I'm a goner. 18 seconds. I'll try to stir up something, but yeah, that's pretty clean. Ooh, why'd they allow two passed pawns? Fourteen seconds. Oh, yeah. Wasn't anything I could do about that. Okay, yeah, I made the wrong decisions with my minor pieces. I gave up the wrong ones. Um, I should have captured on f5 with my knight on d4. That's my quick adjustment there. Just on the surface correction, and their knight really wasn't. I was wrong thinking that passed pawn would be worth enough. It's not true. Okay, back on the horse. There's some with that capture. There's now some holes over here. Let's go here, and I guess we'll go for a check in castle queenside. Oh, queen exchange. Interesting. Okay. Let's take queenside castle. Throw a punch. This should be a target. My bishop is no longer useful there. I want to key in on this square. Light square bishop exchange. Let's see if I can make better decision with my minor pieces this game. Okay, let's get out of a pin. Very nice. Okay, let's not give up on the f5 square. Knight e3. Wow. What's that move about? You're going to play against this weakness now somehow. Let's improve the king. It's a little bit of a standoff. Let's improve over here. If he ever moves, then there's a new square. Okay, maybe now I jump in. Yeah, now that the rooks are not connected, open up my rook. Wow. Okay. Let's try this. Give me the file. And I'm going to return back to F5. Decisions, decisions. Got a tough guy here. He's a tough guy. Let's go G, B4. Let's go over here. I don't know if I really want to push. Now let's push. Fishing for tricks now. King here, I have that. That was easily defended. If I move my knight, there's a bishop check here that's pretty deadly. I'm gonna get at this pawn. My knight, I am just realizing, is dead. I have a dead knight. And all my pawns will drop soon. Bishop there. Oh, it's a struggle. So accurate, man. So accurate. Isn't that repetition? Not quite. Jeez. Man, strong game. Strong game. Didn't give an inch. I probably got a little bit too aggressive there with my king. I knew I was walking a tightrope there going up to b5. I put a great constraint on my knight on f5 by doing that. If my king was going to get a little bit too aggressive like that, well, if my king was going to take an aggressive approach like that, I think I would have done better to ensure I have one less. Yeah, there should have been one less minor piece on board. Okay. That's not a purposeful diagonal anymore. Well, let's jump in now. Watching over knight a5 though. I don't know if I would really want to take. Okay. Let's go c3. And I think now the idea should be b4. And what now? Okay, I think I gain a little something by doing this. Yeah, now we take here. Knight takes bishop, I have this, and I'm on the rook. There's no in-betweener. So I'm winning a pawn now. Against the occasional blunder. King takes knight would be funny. Maybe it's good. Okay, well, that's interesting. Well, let's I don't want to allow that rook to be opposite my king so easily, you know? Not so fast. Also, let's take with the knight, opening up my queen, knight c4. Queen on h5 could be pretty good. That'll be challenged. Okay. But not so fast. Right here now hits with tempo. Queen g6. Maybe this if the queen isn't there. Where is my pawn break on the queen side? Because these are the only three pieces I could fight with. Okay. Let's push. Am I missing any tricks here? Let's push again. I'm prepared to sack a pawn and then anchor a knight in here. Let's take first. Maybe right around this point I'm prepared to do this kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm prepared to give up a pawn. Good knight versus bad bishop. Otherwise, this is too much. And, oh, that move. Okay. I think I could live with that. Let's give a check. And now knight here covers a lot of ground, and I still have this passed pawn. And this guy that's pretty far advanced, under a minute. Okay. I think I'll win this pawn. So they're suffering like I did in the one game with my bishop versus yeah, it was a dark square bishop versus a knight. Um, okay, I don't have time. I want my knight on e4 and my king on f3. My rook is amazing. Knight belongs on e4. Let's get there. Combined with that pawn. Super. Maybe knight on c4 now. Yes. Stay active with my rook. Still have this passed pawn. They're evening out on time. Well, let's go back here. I don't want the king to approach that pawn. Give a check. Let's push him. I'm ready to pitch this pawn. I'm going to dart over to the f5 square. Let's do it. King on f5 should be super strong. If he runs, I have this really quick. This isn't working. They don't have any time, though. Yeah, they resigned. Tight game. Tight game. Interesting middle game. I've looked at that position before from the white side. It's scary. with that pawn on f4. I've gained some insight from reviewing that position with Stockfish, and that's kind of the approach they take with c3 and b4, and I don't know if they go b5, but that's the kind of expansion that they do, at least to the point of c3 and b4, and then rattle the knight on c6. Okay, do we go symmetrical town or maybe this? Let's have some type of imbalance here. Let's go knight d7. Maybe taking was better first. All right, a5. Maintain a pawn here. Queen c7 now. Or here. Let's guard this pawn like this. I want a dark square bishop exchange. That's a good move. I think even so. Actually, let's try. No, there's c4, and then my bishop's going to get cut off. Let's try this. And this guy's berserking me. All that clock time is now gone. Knight c5. No. Let's develop. Let's be a developer. All right, let's jump in now. I want here, man. Jeez. Do I have time for this? Let's find out. Holy cow. Okay, now I'm better. Get my knight on d4. Immediately. Straighten out my structure. Better bishop, space, passed pawn, clamp down on this structure. All of that just happened. Rook on b3. Now they're on their heels. How do you like it? Okay, you take me. Queen exchange. Okay, let's hang on to that pawn. Improve the king. Improve the king. And now I take over the center. There's no maintaining this pawn now. Rook here, he is not a good defender. I take, and my king is a monster and a half with the fork. With the fork. That's cool. They resigned. I'm back to tournament. I got 84. I'm back on fire. Let's see. That was a very delicate middle game. 23 minutes left. Alrighty. I don't know. French? French defense. Alright. I've played a standard game with this before. Let's do that. And let's sneak this in. Just roll out knight g5. Can be a bit annoying, knight g5 and that. So let's try this. Probably do that move, huh? I'm trying to sneak in. They're gonna follow in each other's footsteps. Okay. So now this. And let's go here now. The knight isn't there. Maybe I get an h5. Let's stop f5 first. I haven't committed my king here, so he's probably going to go over this way. Okay, now he's not here. So let's slither on in there. Queen's unprotected, so maybe this is an idea. I want my bishop outside of the pawn chain. I love seeing that move. Because now I get this. And I think this is just strategically winning. Bishop here. Bishop here. And on this move, I do this. Before h3, g4 is even an issue. Take towards the center. Good versus bad bishop position. Let's get my knight pivoting here first. I have to watch over this square. My king may be the one who blockades over here. Let's just go here first. Okay, you're lining this up. I think. Okay. My knight wants to be here. So let's do this. Okay. Well, now it's completely locked. As soon as the knight moves, he's jumping in. Let's put the rook here, actually. Positionalness. If ever this, I mean, there's going to be some square that this knight gets to. Remember I was saying my king might want to be here? That's what I'm going to do. Castle first. Yeah, I could castle. 1, 2. No, let's just go here first. There's no rush with defending that. I'll double up. It's weird doing it like this, but I think it's alright. I feel like there's soon going to be some tactic that works for me. How could there not? We're going to find out. Alright, man. How do I punish my opponent? I don't know. Let's improve the king. I don't think there's even a. There's only these two squares that pawn could be attacked. So let's come over here. I think I'm going to free up my queenside pawns to get up some pawn break. Yeah, let's run it like this. Here comes the pawn break. And this is gonna they're gonna have to something bad's gonna happen to white. Something really bad is gonna happen soon. Really, really soon. Really soon. Okay, so now they flinched. You flinched. Careful now. Careful now. Let's watch over this square. Here we go. It's the knight in there. B4. There we go. There's the pawn break. go here. Takes. I have this. There we go. Knight here. Could take and be on the rook. They don't have any time. Anything. They're down on time. There we go. Back to tournament. Sheldon 109. Thank you for the sub, man. 4 months in a row now. 88. Yeah. I have to try to get this guy, man. Oliver White. Plays really strong moves fast. Let's see if I could try to match it. Let's just take. I take. Let's just get here. They're offering a draw. I don't want to draw. I want to play. Let's play. There we go. Okay, I have this square now at some point. Oh, really? Why are you offering me a draw? I'm not saying I'm better. I think there's a good way forward for Team Black, but I don't know. I want to play. Let's play a little bit. Oh, man. I don't know. Bishop here. I got to do this and a timely knight jump in here. I can't castle. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What's the story here, man? I can't castle. To go by hand. I'm worse. I am definitely worse. 1 minute. Yikes. Okay. Oh, now if I did this, I'd probably drop a pawn. Need to get some rook activity. Precision, man. Precision. Yeah, I gotta run it like this. Maybe I could get that pawn. Jeez. Um, wow. Jeez. I don't even know what to think of that game. Seemed like it was just, I don't know. Very, very strong. 90. 1140 left. All right, let's see if I could sneak into a fifth. Let's try, okay, yeah, we play, what was the last game? Oh, right, oh, I should have played the French. Not saying we would have had the same position. Okay, it's this, Taimanov. Let's go here. Let's break the pin, defend my queen. Here, just queen c7. Maybe that was desirable. Right, let's just voluntarily retreat. Let's do this and key in on the c4 square. And get the other knight there. Let's do it. I'm not going to move my b pawn. How about just bishop d7? Queenside castle. These guys are getting pretty scary. Also, the bishop, I mean, this kind of stuff could undermine my my f7 e6 structure. Yeah. Let's get one more move in. Or should I just drop in here right away? Yeah, let's do that. With the less central knight. Now it's a true bishop pair versus two knights. Take here. I feel like it's an interesting moment, but I feel like I like my knight better than their bishop. Suppose I do this. I'm threatening mate. Let's try that. I want to maybe force uh, a dark square weakness. Okay, so now I think I might have something. Here, hitting this, and then some idea of taking with that. Queen a5? It's a very weakening move. There's some loose pieces here. I think queen here is good. Queen a5. Invested a lot of time just then. Threatening mate in 2. Looking to still get into b2 in a different way. So this I take, and okay. Pick up a pawn. They're going to hit with g6. Castle into the storm. Prepare to take with my rook here. I'm going to hide behind the pawns if they take here. This might be an idea. I'm going to go here, or could I take? Meet this with that. Yeah, I'll take. And in this move I go here. I'm hiding behind your pawn, trying to use him against you. Bishop on f6. Let's try to coordinate some piece with my queen. Or actually, yeah, let's do this first. Here next, and then bishop e6. That was wrong because knight b3. Let's still do this. Rook takes here. We're going to get some activity, some rook exchanges. In the end, if there's enough major pieces exchanged, I didn't see that. Take this pawn, though. And scoop him up. It's a strong bishop. "43 seconds. I'm cool with the queen exchange. Let's take with the pawn. Get out of this. Oh! Holy cow, I did not see that. That's scary. That's kind of scary. Queen trade? 30 seconds. Queen trade. I have an extra pawn. Okay, I could win this. I know how to win this. Rook on g6. Stop the king. I thought I knew how to win this. Okay, rook here, change of plans. Push this pawn. Push this one. Rook here and run with my king. There we go, 12 seconds, plenty of time. Plenty of time. 10 seconds. Run! 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 Cash out. 4.9. Easy does it. Easy does it. There we go. Back to tournament, and there'll probably just be one more game left. 92. I'm in 6th. There are 1,476 in there. Let's try to finish off with a good one here. Let's see what we get. How many games did I get in there? 34 3-minute games. VJS. Best by test. Let's try to get to 96. Maybe we win on tie breaks over Scorpion. No, that's not happening. I don't have fire yet. That's not happening. Let's maintain my pawn on e4. He's important. Alright, I'm going to grab a tempo against the queen. Maybe multiple ones. Change of plans. Clogging up the whole queen side. This pawn cannot move. A lot of space, and right here is the start of an attack. Space invader pawn. How do we do this? Let's babysit this, freeze up my queen. Okay, committal move, committal move. Takes, you're going to do this, you're going to be helped. I don't want to help you. I want my knight on f4. How do we pull this off? This knight is going to have to move. Let's start with that. Queen move, knight e2, knight f4. Oh, how about this? Queen b2. Okay, let's do this instead. Just to watch over the e4 square. I may have to work around a knight on e4 if I wanna get this in. Also, he is there just in time to defend that pawn. Okay, let's go here. Connect rooks. Oh, I'm threatening this. I just realized, oof, that's a fork and a half. All right, still a fork on board. And probably just cash out. Something better? I don't see it. Next phase. This guy's in my house. Yep, let's go here. Pressure on the knight, pressure on the pawn. Yeah, let's trade. I want to get rid of this guy still. Let's go here. All right, success. Only open file. Let's prepare for an exchange. There's no perpetual here, but just in case. I could invest some material. 2 pawns and a rook versus the 2 minor pieces. They have also an exposed king and a knight who is way out of play. Let's pin this bishop and put pressure on the b pawn soon. Let's try to get rid of the heart. Yeah, this knight is soon to be dead. If he goes here, I could do this, and soon I'm ready to go here. Let's do it. Bishop can't move, and the knight can't move because of this piece activity and a pawn. Okay, I could give a check first. I could have also just captured and then captured the bishop. Okay, I still have my opportunity to win a piece. I'm going to play this one on. Or are they? There we go. No stalemates. They're not going to give me the win. They gave me the win. All right, and that's going to be the last one. The tournament pairings are now closed. That's the last one. Finished with the W. In the end, 35 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses. And 30-some wins. Couple draws in there. Okay, the final few seconds. Lance in first. We didn't get to play. Lance, insane chess player, Oliver White, and beaten out on tie breaks. I saw Spinal Tap in the chat a little bit ago. I don't know what he said. I just saw the name out of the corner of my eye. Fourth. 111s. He needed more than 100 to get in the top 3. I finished 6th. 1,480 in there. Alrighty. Good games. Oh. Fun as usual.